Do you feel overwhelmed with work, house chores, caring for the kids, school, family, all the projects that you want to get done in one day? And on top of that, you aren't feeling your best. You're tired, you're cranky, you probably didn't sleep well last night, and the coffee isn't helping. Well, I'm so glad you're here, and I'm Dr. Allison, and you're listening to Functional Wellness with Dr. Allison. And today we are going to talk about how to prime your day and your health with your ultradian rhythm. So you probably know the circadian rhythm, which is a 24-hour cycle, and how tuning into that natural rhythm can help you plan your work and your sleep, going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, and how that programs our cortisol and keeps us healthy and energetic. Most people aren't aware of the ultradian rhythm, which is a 90 to 120 minute cycle of the mind and body. This is a focus on the shift of the brain between hemispheric dominance, where one side of a brain and our nostrils are actually more open, then it shifts to the other side. And this also correlates to sympathetic and parasympathetic changes in the brain and body. So you can actually try it right now if you plug one nostril and take a deep breath in through your nose, and then the other side and take a deep breath in. Can you see the difference between nostrils? One might be more closed, one might be more open, you might be more stuffy on one side than the other. And that's common and it's normal. And like I said, it's between 90 minutes to 120 minutes that our body shifts from side to side. So if we break this down even further, this can look like a 20 to 40 minute cycle to rest and recover. And when we have that break between our peaks, that might mean a nap, a meditation, breathing exercises, movement, or even eating, which leaves about 90 minutes where you can be focused and productive. Then take that 20 to 40 minute break. Our brains and our bodies are not meant to sit and work all day long without a break. Most of us push too long and too hard so we can get more done, but that actually makes us less productive than we would be if there were breaks built into our day. So what does this look like? How do we break it down and make it useful? So I would suggest combining this with the Pomodoro technique, which is centered on work or productivity focus for 25 minutes with about a 5-minute break. And then set that into a cycle of 3 times before you take a 20 to 40 minute break. So this smaller time frame does allow you to be sharper, more productive, and actually accomplish your task list. And allows your body to have a physical and mental break, which you desperately need. Admit it, it's okay. I need to admit it too, and you deserve. So this allows your brain to, even though you don't want to take a break, it allows your brain to stop, recenter, refocus. And this is something actually that I do with my kids as well. It's not timed, but if they're working on homework and say math was really rough last night, even though my son knew what he was doing, it was still a struggle. So after it was probably about 25 minutes, I said, just go take a break, go watch TV, go play with Legos, go do something else and come back. You'll feel refreshed and then we'll tackle the rest of these problems. And it did help him. And we actually took a longer break than 5 minutes. We had dinner and then we came back to the homework and he was able to get it done because the stress wasn't mounting, the pressure wasn't mounting. He wasn't feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed. Those little breaks can help with that overwhelm and also help you focus so all those distractions aren't as harmful and weighing on you. So I've been doing this for the past few weeks based around my consultation schedules and my work schedules. And the first day I noticed that when I sat down to do my marketing work and creation part, I was all over the place. It was like if you give a mouse a cookie situation. I had one project that I was working on, super focused, but I realized that, oh, I have to do this next thing to even complete it. And that next task required another task, and that task required a graphic, and that text required this. And it was just one more and more thing. So of course I got distracted by having to do 20 things at once just to get this one task done. But it's okay. And it helped to have a piece of paper next to me. And now I'm trying to use my Excel daily habits sheet to write down all the extra tasks and stuff I had to complete. So maybe for one 25-minute cycle, I have that one task that I have to do. like, say, writing a podcast. And then I break it down into all of the steps, like writing out my script and then making graphics and editing and uploading and putting it on my blog. So there's so many things that have to be done. But if you know all of the tasks ahead of time, you know what that 25 minutes is going to look like or how much time each thing is going to take. So either write it down, break it down, and if you're doing the same tasks over and over again, you can use that same sheet of paper or Excel sheet or notebook or whatever that you're using over and over so you don't have to restart the process every time you sit down to do the same task. So when I got in the groove of that 25 minutes working and then the 5-minute break, I did find that the focus was super helpful. I would choose a new task and wouldn't allow myself to work on anything else, turned my phone on silent so that way I could continue to focus and not be distracted. And what's great about this is that I didn't get carried away working, creating, reading, or leaving no time left for me to do all the other things that I needed to do. If you let me and said, Alison, here's a book, read, I would be sitting there reading for 8 hours and I wouldn't even think twice about it. So I need that structure so I don't get carried away with what I want to do and what I'm working on and can bring the focus into all the little tasks that are still left. And like I said, when I brought this to my family, it looked like homework was done in 25-minute sections. And for my daughter, sometimes it actually helps her work faster because they want to be done and they knew they got a break coming up. Or nighttime chores like dishes or laundry had a 25-minute limit and a break built in as well. So that way all the tasks got done. And of course, those things don't always take 25 minutes. They can take less. So it helps to either have that timeline and know that you're going to either take a break with the time left or you can start that next task that you can get work done in. So when it came to the big Ultradian breaks, I used that time for lunch, for my workouts, and for meditation. My 5-minute breaks were used to drink more water, maybe play a game on my phone, something that just gave me a mental break, go to the bathroom, maybe walk around my house, do some stretching, and that was great for my body and my soreness as well from sitting at a computer. So to figure out your own ultradian rhythm, I would suggest keeping track of the times of days where you feel most energetic and productive and make notes of any circumstances that might have impacted that day, like you had a great workout or you didn't have a lot of sleep or you feel sick that day. And from there you can find out when to focus on your most difficult and energy-consuming tasks during these peak times and focus on lesser or easier tasks during lower energy times. And this is really important for people who are chronically ill or who are known as spoonies in the community of chronic illness, where you don't have a lot of energy and maybe you can only pick 3 things to do that day. And that's all the energy you have for the day. And if that's you, that's okay. And this will help you so much because figuring out the time of days that your body is at its best is when you're going to get those things done. So if you're like, I can only do 3 things today, one of those has to be the laundry, one of them has to be cleaning the dishes, and the other one has to be working with my kids on their project, then get those things done at those highest times with built-in breaks. Don't rush through things. Make sure that if it does take you longer than 25 minutes, that's okay. Stop, take a break, sit down, or scroll on social media. Make sure you set a timer too for these breaks, and then go back to it. So instead of having a huge to-do list with 1,000 things on it to get that done that day, you can break it down. And really this helps you figure out what you're doing during the day and what's taking up so much of your time. And maybe you can break it down further. Maybe you can delegate. Maybe you can hire someone. Maybe you find a different system that will work better for you. So the biggest drawbacks, I would say, was having to hear my timer go off all of the time and then remembering to reset it when I first started. While some people do well with a full 90-minute session of work and can just roll right through, I did find for myself smaller sections of work like that 25-minute block was most effective. But while I'm working on, say, writing my book, functional metabolism that's coming out in January, I do find that the 90-minute blocks are better for my flow state of creativity than trying to do as much as possible in 20 minutes. So if you're in flow state, if you're feeling super creative, if you're on point and you just don't want to stop, say it's a major creative project, then don't. Enjoy that flow state, run with it for as long as you can, but at least set a 90-minute timer for that one. Don't burn yourself out, and really make sure you're taking care of yourself. And you'll notice that over time, you're going to have less stress over the day. You're going to feel more accomplished and better and have a better grasp on your to-do tasks and your daily list. And I would also recommend blocking out time in your daily calendar and your weekly calendar for these breaks, and have those working times in your brain so you just don't go for it and then lose yourself in the work that you're doing. And you get those breaks built into your day as well. All right, so I can't wait to hear what you guys think about this, how it works out for you. I hope you give it a try. And if you're looking for personalized care for your energy and your sleep and your gut health and your hormones, make sure to set up your initial consultation and we'll get you taken care of. Enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for listening to Functional Wellness with Dr. Allison. If you would like personalized care and testing, you can schedule an initial consult online and get started with your wellness plan right away, or message us on Facebook at Little Black Bag Medicine. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next week.